Now, to just confirm, I paid everything in full, right?
Yes, ma'am. I don't see anything else owed on your account, okay?
Yay!
You made it.
I know, right? I'm excited. Thank you so much.
You have a great day.
You too. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Baby! It's paid. It's paid. It's paid, baby. It's paid. It's paid. Do you dance, baby? It's paid. Do you dance, baby? It's paid. Do you dance, baby? Do you pay dance?
You always catch me like this.
Baby, do you pay dance? Go ahead, do a little song.
It's paid. It's paid. It's paid. It's paid. It's paid. It's paid. Okay.
What's going on, y'all? What it do? Y'all, okay, so the first thing is that, y'all, as you hear, I paid off my FET unlimited fee. Praise God. So yeah, it's paid off, y'all. Like, although, you know, if you have a healthy baby, the next go around, of course, you still gotta pay like $3,000 to do it again. However, let's say if we do get pregnant again and God forbid something happens before, I think like 30 something mark, then they'll let you do it unlimited without having to pay anything. So anyway, y'all, that's exciting news. So basically today what we're going to talk about is insurance, how to fight insurance, how to get the insurance companies to pay you what you supposed to have, and to get things done in a you know, a reasonable amount of time, and to get it done right then and there, and you know, just things like that. So it's gonna be a really quick video because it's not a lot to say about the insurance. However, I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about what happened to me. So anyway, as you know, with my current job, the flexible spending was a little bit different than the past jobs or the past insurance that we had with my husband's company and mine previously. And basically with the jobs is, I mean with the insurance, is that you normally get a card, a flex spending card, and use that card basically to swipe for any medical needs, any medicines and stuff like that, and go about your business. Well, this go around here with this job, instead of them basically giving you a card to swipe, it's a reimbursement account. Everybody know reimbursement means you pay first and then they refund later. It's a headache. It's a it's a headache because you're spending money. Also, you're having money getting take out your check. So it's almost not really paying double, but you're at the same time losing money. But they want your blood type. They want all this stuff just to give you your money back. You know, like seriously. So anyway, as you know, the first go round when I submitted it, they want, you know, they said processed and it wasn't processed, all this stuff like that. And I went through a lot. So the very first one I sent off, it said processed. But it said nothing else. They tell you to put your phone number, your name, your email address, so that way if they have any questions they can contact you. The insurance departments do not contact you. They don't call you, they don't email you, they don't say, hey, something's wrong. They don't do none of that crap. So don't believe them. Don't believe them. What happens is you think that your stuff is being processed and being paid out, and you're waiting. I waited almost a week, and I was like, well, I haven't heard anything or anything. So I called and they were like, oh, it was declined. Why not put declined on the message? Why not? And I'm gonna show y'all, I'm gonna pull it up so I can just show y'all what I went through. So anyway, they told me that it was missing some information. I added the information. It took another day. It takes 24 hours for them to approve it, and then it takes 4 business days if you do direct deposit. So basically, they don't tell you about the decline stuff, and so basically I'm waiting around, resubmit it. Takes 4 business days if you do direct deposit. If you do by mail, of course it's going to take about 4 or 5 days before it even gets to that department. Then they have to open the letter, they have to submit it. Then, you know, it takes just too much time to go through all that. I want my money direct deposit. I want it done instantly. So direct deposit is the best way to go when it comes to that. And so I'm pulling up this little thing. Next, what I would do whenever I called whenever I called the IVF clinic and I made a payment, I always had them email and also mail me my hard copy of my receipt. That way, because I normally pay on like Friday, you know, payday, I'll pay, and then I need my receipt right away so I can go ahead and file on Friday. It'll be approved by Monday, and I'll get my money back in my account by that following Friday. So, anywho, that's how I normally do it. So anytime you're dealing with, you make a payment, your IVF clinic should or can email you a copy of your receipts. And the receipt needs to be a receipt of your payment and also a receipt of the coded procedure or what you're actually getting done or the bill that you have. So it needs to explain that on there, and it has to have your name on there as well. So anywho, I'm gonna pull this up really quick so y'all can kind of see what I mean by all the times I submitted. They never said decline. They never said anything. So here it is here. Hopefully y'all can see that. You see that, miss? I'm gonna show you an example of what I mean by, it'll say process, it'll say amount submitted, but it doesn't say that it was declined or anything of that nature. Okay, so prime example. Okay, so prime example, this is a bigger screen. Okay, so as you can see here, there's some that say submitted amount, and then there's some that say paid out 0 and paid out the actual amount. Okay, now they don't tell you at first why you decline. They don't tell you when you were declined. It doesn't tell you anything. So I'm sinking. So basically, guess what? You're stuck with not knowing what what you're getting approved for. You don't know what you're missing. You don't know anything. They don't give you no details. There's no details whatsoever. None. So anyway, you have to call a company. Who likes calling people? You have to call them during the work time. So in the morning, I gotta call them. Then you gotta explain to them, what's going on or whatever, why this, why that, what you need the money back, when you submitted it. I submitted a doc. Then when you upload the paperwork, it only gives you like 3 megabytes of space or whatever. And my thing is that you gotta resize and keep resizing it and keep editing it and keep cutting and pasting. And I'm really good when it comes to stuff like that, but I'm like, that's just it's just ridiculous. If you do it by phone, I was using PhotoGrid to make it smaller, small enough to upload it. On my home laptop, I was using PowerPoint, and it was just too tedious of information just to get my money back. You have to circle your name, circle date of birth. You know my name, you know my date of birth. You see it on there. Then the information you have to fill out yourself and type in. You gotta type in your date of birth. You gotta type in your name. Duh, come on now. That's just tedious work. So anyway, I'm gonna get to the part about getting your money back soon. So anyway, after that first incident, I kind of knew exactly how to fill out my paperwork and how to get things submitted. Well, then it came to the frozen embryo transfer. The frozen embryo storage. So the storage fee was $500. So what we did was made a plan to pay half and half. So we paid $250 one Friday, and I think 2 weeks later we was gonna pay another $250. Well, the first $250 went through perfectly. Everything went through. It was good. The next $250, guess what it did, y'all? It said submitted amount and pending payout or pending amount 0. So I'm like, what now? Like, what's the problem now? So anyway, I got on the phone with them. They were like, you already got paid for that. I said, if you look at the dates, and that department, that claim department is, and I don't call people idiots, but that is such an idiot move, to be honest with you, because if you can't compare documentation to see that this is not the same receipt, the receipt says different than that, and you see that my actual form that I sent in stated that the amount is $500. So if the amount of storage is $500, I submitted and received $250 already, and I'm paying another $250, wouldn't it automatically make you think, oh, this is the whole 500 for the embryo storage, because she even wrote it there in a little box they let you write in the description box. So they gonna say, no, that's the right amount. I submitted that claim about 7 times, and they kicked it out each time, not telling me what was wrong, not telling me nothing. Okay, so I called in, and they were like, well, the reason why it was declined is because it's a duplicate. It's not a duplicate. Look at the date. Oh, it's 2 separate payments. Well, how? I said it's a storage. Oh, well, it's looked like here that you already paid $250, so the other $250 is due next year. What? How is the other $250 due next year when it says the total amount for this storage is $500 and it's due by July? However, I paid $250 and the remaining should be $250 that's due still by July. So where'd you make that assumption? Why are you assuming things when I clearly wrote right there? Y'all don't make me get started, y'all. They literally ticked me off the whole time dealing with this, like literally. So anyway, they still were deciding what they were gonna do. So you know what I did? And I'm gonna tell y'all, it works. It works. I didn't call, but I went online and I contacted the Better Business Bureau, the BBB. And when I contacted them, I wrote them, I explained to them what went on, I submitted all the documentation, I let them know that this is a FET storage fee, it's the amount of $500, I paid $250 with, one paycheck, I paid the other $250 with another pay time, pay period, and I said, I submitted that information, I gave everything I was supposed to give, and they're still not approving it. Y'all, not even an hour or two later, I get a phone call from the Consumer Relations Department, okay? And the gentleman goes, well, I understand is that you submitted a claim with the Better Business Bureau. And I said, yes, I did. And he was like, well, what seems to be going on? So I explained to him what was going on. He was like, okay. He said, I clearly understand. He said, so basically it's a fee you just divided by 2. Yeah, it's that simple. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and look into this for you. I'm gonna get some documentation going. I'm gonna reach out to that department. And that's another thing, that department has no phone number. You cannot contact that department. You can't talk to them, on the phone. You have to submit documentation to them only by email. So even if you call the representative cannot physically call that person and talk to them in that department. They have to send a little email. That's ridiculous. That department should have a phone where you can be reached to contact, because what's the whole point of me putting on there my phone number? And see, they say, well, when you submit a document online, that basically it goes to a whole different department than the people that work the paper documents. That's bullcorn. So why can I reach a paper document agent and I can't reach the ones that deal with online? Seems like you should have maybe a chat, something that's on there where you can chat with somebody in that department or something. That's ridiculous, right? So anyway, that next morning, it was approved. The gentleman from the Consumer Relations, he called me and he was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that everything looks like it had went through before I even, needed to do anything. Bullcorn. Because they wasn't trying to hear me when I was talking to him the day before. So I think he just told me that to say that the company did what they were supposed to do. But when I talked to you, when I talked to you on, yesterday, it looks like you had to go in and literally tell them what it meant, because you understood but they didn't. So he claimed it was the actual department that went ahead and handled it and did it correctly. I beg to differ, because I feel like he did go through the steps and he probably got it done sooner, because it was approved that next day. And that was for the other half of the $250. Then it was time to pay on the storage. We got them, the storage. It was time to pay on the unlimited FET. So we paid out the $500. Now it's time to pay $2,000. So as you know, my flex pay, I got the whole amount of $2,500, because we knew $500 for storage, $2,000 for unlimited FET. Perfect. So anyway, we went ahead and did $1,000 on the 16th. I think it was the 16th. Look at my calendar. The 16th. Okay. On the 19th, we got an approval. hey, here's your $1,000, it's getting paid. So on the 23rd, we got the $1,000 back. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna flip that $1,000 and send it back for the remaining $1,000, which when I had my oral medications, oh, I was like, I gotta order other medicine. When I ordered my oral medications for pickup at the local CVS, they went ahead and put that into my total, which I didn't ask them to. So anyway, it didn't matter because we still, by the second time we submitted the $1,000 for the last amount, we would have got back like $970 something. So it didn't matter. I mean, $20 difference, whatever. Anyway, so my husband was like, we should have just went ahead and just did the whole $2,000. That way it could have, we paid $2,000 and then get the whole $2,000 back instead of splitting it up. But I was like, nah, I'm gonna pay $1,000. We still got time, and then I'll pay the other $1,000. So I paid the first $1,000 and it went smoothly. Got it back 23rd. The 23rd I paid. There was a new lady working at the desk. She sent me some documents and the documents was all crazy. It was a crazy day that day. And I was like, come on. Like, I paid the rest of it off and it was like, yay, I paid it off. But the documents they sent me, I had to keep getting them to resend it over because it was somebody new that was training. So I got the documents. I submitted the documents. I typed in there as well and said this is the remaining $1,000 for the unlimited FET. And I put FET means frozen embryo transfer. I explained everything. Come Monday, nothing. It didn't even update to show that I submitted a claim. Okay? It didn't update at all. It didn't show nothing. So I thought that my claim wasn't even submitted. I said, well, I pressed submit and it said it has been successfully submitted. And you don't even get an email saying that your claim has been submitted. It don't give none of that. You don't know nothing. Like, seriously? So anyway, y'all should see how mad I was. So anyway, I was so angry that Monday. I was like, I wasn't in the mood. And, I was just kind of out of it. And it was like after ovulation time. So, after you kind of ovulate, your body just go back to this drained feeling because it's like a week before you start your period. And you're just like, ugh. So, that Monday, I got on the phone and I explained. I talked to like two people. I talked to two people. And the first lady, her name, well, I ain't gonna disclose her name, but anyway, she was very sweet and she was like, well, I understand. She said, yeah, I guess they thought there was a possible duplicate. That's what they have on their account. Well, why not tell me? Why I gotta sit around and guess what's wrong or wonder what's wrong? So she was like, yeah, it's a possible duplicate. It's not a duplicate. It's not a duplicate. The total says $2,000. I paid $1,000 a week ago and I paid another $1,000. I paid the other $1,000 today or whatever day it was. Oh, I do see. Let me pull up both documents. I do see on the receipt it was 2 different days. Why they couldn't see it? Why that department is so special? That department is the most special department ever because why in the world every document I send in, they can't compare the two and see it's different dates? Nothing I send in is going to be duplicate. Why would I try and get money? Well, I guess there are people trying to do that, but why would I want to get money for something I already got money for? Come on now. So anyway, y'all, after speaking to her, she said she's gonna give me a call back and was gonna follow up with me, which she did not. And that happened the last time. Everybody promised me they was gonna contact me and I didn't get no contact but maybe one time. Anywho, and the Better Business Bureau, like I said, they were on it, boo. They did what they were supposed to do right on time. I filed the medical complaint. So anyway, moving forward, this $1,000 here, later on that day, about 3 or 4 hours after, I didn't hear anything from the lady. Well, I called back. I got this other young lady, and at first it took her about 30 minutes to even understand. She thought the way I was saying was I paid $1,000 on it and then paid another $1,000. She was thinking, was this two separate procedures? She said they go by procedures versus payments, each payment. So that's where the mix-up probably was coming into play, is that they read into it as a procedure, which I didn't say procedure. I put on there 1,000, whatever. But it took like 30 minutes for me to kind of come across and kind of let her know and explain it the way that she would, understand and stuff like that. So anyway, I did that, and finally she was like, oh. She was like, so I paid, 1 week I paid it, and then I paid again, I paid the other half. Okay, so I'll go ahead and add those notes and I'll follow up, which she did contact me back, so I thank her for that. And she was being a sweetheart, she was being patient and stuff like that. But like I said, it took about 30 minutes for us to kind of get that, you know, information out there. So anywho, she said that when she looked at it, it didn't have a note that says possible duplicate. It says in progress. So I figured, okay, maybe tomorrow to be processed. So that morning when I woke up, which was this past, what day? Tuesday the 27th, when I got up, I seen it was processed for the $977 that we'll get back. So basically, that'll be back probably by Tuesday because it takes 4 business days. I mean, by Monday. Yeah, it'll be there by Monday. And let me tell you what else I did too, though. So like I said, I don't know if this helped as well. I'm so uncomfortable. Oh my there we go. So what I did this time too, I looked up that email from that guy that was with consumer relations. Jesus, I was in school too long. I looked up his email that he had sent me, and I wrote on there, and I said, look, this right here is uncalled for. I should not have to be experiencing this every time I make a claim. This is not a duplicate. If that department would read correctly, you know what? I'm going to read what I wrote. Because I don't want y'all to think I'm lying to y'all. Because I be about mine. You don't play with my money. Especially when I'm getting it taken out of my check too. You know, and like I told him, I said, look, this is the least of my worries. I done had 3 losses. I said, you know, me dealing with this insurance and stuff and the way y'all going about this is ridiculous. The only good thing I can say is that the turnaround time to get your money within 4 business days is awesome. You know, they say 7 to 10 business days, and I have never waited that long when it's processed on their end correctly. So I'm gonna read to y'all. Hello, I reached out some months ago to the BBB regarding a health flexible reimbursement claim that wasn't getting approved. In conclusion, it was approved and reimbursed. Today I'm dealing with the same issue on a different claim. I wanted to reach out to this department before going back to the BBB and see how this claim can be approved. I called and spoke to that agent that informed me that she would look into it to see why it is pending. It is stating that it is a possible duplicate, which even the agent concluded it wasn't. This same incident happened with a prior claim where I had to fight and report to the BBB to get my funds approved for reimbursement. I really don't want to go through this once again. I paid $1,000 on the 16th of September towards my frozen embryo transfer, then paid the remaining balance of $1,000 on the 23rd of September. The bill is now paid in full because it was $2,000. On the 16th, I requested $1,000 reimbursement. On the 23rd, I requested the remaining amount in my FSA of $977.77, which was the remaining amount. There is no way this department can say this is a possible duplicate. This is the second time I've had to go through this, and this is totally unacceptable. So I got that. So basically the next morning, did I erase that voicemail? Let's see. I might have erased it. Yeah, I erased it, I think. Yeah, I erased it. But basically he called me and he was like, I looked at it this morning and I do see that it has been approved. Approved and, you know, processed. And like I said, he contacted me by phone. And then the second young lady that helped me, she contacted me as well, which I knew their numbers, but I couldn't see in the system that it was approved. So I was like, there's no need for us to even conversate about none of this stuff. Or whatnot. So I got that done. I am happy now. However, that was a very rough, you know, I hate dealing with insurance. So now the only thing I have to do now is go ahead and pay for my trigger shots. And then I'll be well on my way. Which the trigger, y'all, with my First Steps discount, which I told y'all about in the previous video. Check out the insurance and stuff video. With my First Steps coupon, I get 50% off. So that brings my total to, I need 2 vials of the 10,000 because y'all know I do a mini trigger after my transfer. So I have to order 2, and basically they're going to be $50 each, which makes it $101. And that's all I have to pay for my last medication, y'all. Woo! God is good. Woo! God is good. God is good. God is good. God is good. So anyway, y'all, like, that is the story of me dealing with the insurance. So now y'all know, if you're dealing with insurance and you know that you're in the right and you filed every paperwork correctly, every document sent in correctly, contact online. All you got to do is go type in Better Business Bureau. It's going to come up and it's going to ask you some information. You type it in. The process probably took me less than 5 minutes to fill out because I knew what to fill out. I go to the BBB for everything. If you ever have an issue with any company, anything, BBB is your best friend because they do not want to be reported. No, they don't. So anyway, y'all, I'm completely done with that part. I'm done. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go. This video is already long enough. Thanks for hearing me vent. And if you need to vent, you know what? Vent below right now. But anyway, guys, I love y'all so much. Thank you for all the support. Don't forget, you still have time. Log in to the giveaway video and make sure you enter. It is gonna be up for y'all to enter for a month. The day before my birthday, it's gonna close, which is November 1st, and I'm gonna have the system draw a winner so I can give away 2 gift cards, or 2 winners for 2 gift cards. 2 winners, 1 gift card each, whatever. But anyway, y'all, I hope y'all enjoy the vlogs. Again, if you have any questions or anything that you need me to speak about that I have not gone over, then let me know, and that way I can do a video about that. Like I say, it doesn't matter what, what kind of video, I'm pretty sure I didn't felt it, dealt it, touched on it, or, went through it or something. So anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. And those of you, tomorrow is October 1st, so happy October. And those of you that are going to be starting your FETs in October, there's a few of y'all that told me that. Good luck. Congrats in advance. Fingers crossed, toes crossed, legs crossed. Anything that has double is crossed. So good luck with everything. Baby dust to everyone. And I just pray that every embryo that is implanted this month of October is going to be implanted, snuggle in, grow, and that we all have our take-home babies. I love y'all. Bye. A domestic disturbance type deal. I had to call 911, and yeah, and so it was just one of those things where they were here, the EMS, the police were in and out my apartment for about 2.5 hours.